Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy March 7th day, and I'm going to call it the happy birthday day to my very own Danielle Janae Bonds.
Thanks, Mom.
Happy birthday. It's your birthday, girl. You know it's your birthday. Tell the world that it's your birthday. People on the track. I don't know the rest. Happy
No,
birthday, girl. Let me show you a cup of coffee. This is
thank you.
your mom. For those of you who are joining Coffee and Connections this morning, it is Danielle Janae's birthday, March 7th. This is unbelievable what I'm about to say.
But
35. 35 years ago. 35. I cannot believe that. Can you believe that?
no, I don't even feel 35. I barely felt 30. So
I mean, it's just unbelievable. If y'all joining right now, wish my Yelly Bell a happy birthday. Danielle Janae Bonds,
thank you.
aka Yelly. Yell out loud, all the things, happy birthday. I literally cannot believe it was 35 years ago that 36 that I was pregnant and I thought I had food. Well, I did have food poisoning. I had salmonella food poisoning, and that's how I found out I was pregnant with you.
When you went to the hospital, like tell me, like
So I was sick. I worked at Rush Presbyterian Hospital, and I was associates in cardiology. Shout out to Sandra Smith, who got Auntie Shauna a job, and then from there got me a job, and all the things. But anyway, I'll never forget it. I was so sick, and I didn't understand what was going on. And was I working there? Yes, I was working there, and they had honey spice chicken wings, which your Auntie Deborah can make those, and I make them, and you could make them. But there was an outbreak of those chicken wings, and a lot of people were sick. So I just
outbreak of
I
the chicken wings.
it was honey spice chicken wings on Tuesdays at the lunch at Rush Presbyterian, and I wasn't anything but short of 19 years old, 20. I was 20 years old when I was pregnant with you, and I didn't know. And they finally, I was so sick for so long, they were like, we're going to pump your stomach. We're going to do an ultrasound of your stomach and see if we need to pump, whatever we need to do. And they came back to me and said, okay, mom, the good news is that your baby is fine. My baby is fine. I'm on birth control pills. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I said, my baby, I'm pregnant. Kristen was just made one. And I was like,
You was like sad about it. Like, tell me more.
I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. I was
And then you
overwhelmed.
told Daddy and what? Why I never asked you this?
Your daddy never have a big deal. He never thinks it's a big deal. But what's so weird about that? Let me tell you what, the work day got worse. Not that your pregnancy was worse, but it just was unprompted. I never planned any pregnancy. So that's the whole thing. And people, they set out time, oh, we're gonna have a baby. So we're planning now. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, no, that wasn't my journey. So anyway, your grandmother, she was the one that took me ER because your daddy was working. And so she said, well, let's go get some food. And there was a Ponderosa on 80 something in Stony Island in Chicago. And she took me there, and we're going to eat and everything. She tried to make me feel better. And I had a glass of iced tea. And guess what happened? As you're meddling with the with our
Sorry, I
stuff.
forgot. I didn't mean to click that. Sorry. Um,
There was a roach in my iced tea.
I've been through it.
There was a roach in my iced tea on 80 something at Ponderosa. And I cried even more after that. I
Mm.
was like, this is the worst day of my life. Wasn't no cell phone, so I could call your daddy and say, I'm pregnant and there was a roach in my iced tea.
And then food poisoning,
Yes.
roach.
And then I had to tell, but you know what? I got over it. And from that point on, your dad was like, you know what? Forget this job, forget all these things. I'm gonna pay for you to go to beauty school. And that was my journey
Wait,
of
did you
beauty
want
school.
to go to beauty school? Is that something y'all talked about?
Yeah, I always wanted to go to beauty school. I didn't know it was in my DNA and my heritage. That it was supposed I was destined to be a hairstylist. But my great uncle owned like a 30 something seater salon in Detroit, Michigan, and I got family in North Carolina. By the way, I wore this shirt because it's your birthday. It's real festive.
Oh, thank you.
I said rejoice because it's Yellie's birthday. Okay. But anyway, so I just wanted to say that I didn't know it was in my veins. My great grandmother was a hairstylist, and my grandmother did our press and curls. My Grandma Crawford, she did me and your Auntie Shauna's press and curls when we were coming up because your grandma didn't know how to use that straightening comb
Because her hair was bone straight.
because her hair was bone straight, right? But anyway, I wish I had that picture that I could show everybody. I should have planned a little better, but it is on my Instagram page on my reel for Yellie's birthday, and so I had so much
I should get
heartburn.
my picture out the garage with me sitting there.
I actually know where the picture is. Would you talk to the people while I go grab it? I'll be
Sure.
right back.
All right. Jarrell is laughing in the comments because of the roach. I feel like I've been through the ringer. Okay. I actually, she's about to go get one of my favorite pictures of us. I actually have it blown up. It's in the garage. Don't tell her I said that. My picture's in the garage. She knows where hers is. Anyway, who's watching right now? Who is it? Y'all have to leave comments. When y'all join a live, you have to like leave comments. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know who's watching. So let me know who's watching. Jarrell, are you really still watching? Anyway, sounds like she's coming back. That picture.
Everybody who's watching, this is Yellie. This is what I had to deal with. Poor Tula. She captivated her Auntie Yellie's hair. And she was
How
sitting
old
there.
was I right there?
You weren't even probably 7 months. You probably 7 or 8 months, something like that. You were
I was
not,
7 or 8 months right there.
yes, you were
I
little.
I thought I was like 2. I never knew.
Oh no, you can't be like two. I don't know. Because I had, well, you had to at least be at least one. You had to at least be one because I had you and I was working in the salon on 82nd and Cottage Grove. So happy birthday to that little girl right there.
You know, I actually have that shirt and that picture embroidered on the shirt.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
I think
Well,
I think it's I was supposed to give it to you, but I liked it so much.
really? Oh, oh, oh.
I kept it.
Really? You hear the words coming out of my mouth. Oh, Josette said happy birthday. Auntie Deborah said happy birthday. You
Thank
know,
you.
sometimes I can't see the comments. So if you all are watching and I don't see the comments,
Those comments are I don't see those comments.
they might be in Nisha's network because we stream from several channels. So 3 channels and then our YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably why.
Well, thank
But
you.
um, so anyway, fast forward to Wes let me go to beauty school. Your dad let me go to beauty school. I shouldn't say let me go, but he was like, you could go. This is your passion. And I'll never forget, even while I was pregnant with you, there's so many things. So in beauty school, they gave me a baby shower.
Oh, this your favorite story to tell.
This is a favorite. Okay. And they were like, oh, let me go ahead and my friends, let me go ahead and give Nisha a baby shower. Well, they really weren't my friends, but they were my beauty school students, and it was on the low end, and the low end is really now the high end because probably where those everything's been totally revamped now, probably $1 million homes where I was, but not at the time, 35 years ago. And I went and I got some punch, and they was like, "Oh no, Nisha, you should not be drinking that punch. That's got a fifth of old granddad in it." I said, "I don't know what that is." Do you? What is a fifth of old granddad? And the running joke is the reason Yellie got her bubbly is because they mixed bubbly in the punch, and I accidentally drank it when I was pregnant with you. So that's a whole nother dynamic. The other thing is that somebody, my aunt Dorothy, had given me some potato salad in a piece of aluminum foil, and I was doing hair in the kitchen. Hold on. She had given me some. She just put some in the foil. And I was in the kitchen doing hair. I had relaxer sitting there. I was doing somebody's hair. And I thought I was like, oh, I was pregnant. I was like, oh, let me lick some of this potato salad. It was relaxer. I ate relaxer. Just story after story. Yeah, you've been through
The
it.
devil tried to take me up out of here. Wow. I don't think I remember that one.
No, but that was a whole nother thing. We was living on 7006 South Indiana. And there was just so many things. But I thank God for you. You are a gift, and you are not only a gift to me, but she is a gift to the world.
Oh,
And sometimes she don't even want to share the world, but that's okay.
what you mean?
Like I was saying, you want to share your business today, and you were like, no.
Oh, yeah.
She just want to celebrate her birthday. But I want to say this, that even through I want to, if you don't mind being transparent, like you feel like you've gotten the low end of the stick a lot and throughout your life, but it's on the up now. You know what I'm saying? It's on the
Yeah.
up,
It's
but it's like you're a perseverer. You triumph overall, and you always gave everyone else an opportunity to look at things differently, or to rejoice in the midst of their pain, and rejoice in the midst of the sorrow, and find a brighter side to things. And I feel like God just gifted you that, because some of the things that you walked through were really challenging, and I'm sorry for it.
all right. Yeah. I don't really know where that start. Well, you know, I remember the very first time, and it's something I actually realized within the last couple of years. Like I remember the very first time I became insecure, and the seed of insecurity. I'm not insecure now, but the seed of insecurity got planted in me at a very young age. And I remember that I don't even remember the girl name, so I guess I shouldn't say her name. I don't remember it anyway. But um she came over the house, and we were in the bathroom, and she lifted her shirt up. She was like, oh, my stomach's so skinny. I'm so skinny. Oh my gosh. And then she was like, lift your shirt up. She was like, yeah, your stomach not as skinny as mine. Now, how skinny was I when I was little? I
A
might be
skinny neck, a
a
pencil neck.
now, okay? But I was skinny for a very long time, until I was probably about 25. You know what I'm saying? So I remember, like, I realized, like, that little seed that little girl dropped, the devil used her.
He
But
really did.
that's how it happens. That's how it happens. And from that point on, as skinny as I was, and now this is not a like to make a point about like being skinny or nothing, but just a point to say like the enemy will like literally lie about anything.
He will
He'll
use
lie,
anything
he will use anything. He will
or
lie,
anyone.
or anyone, and it will carry on for you. And you really do have to release that and not come into essentially covenant with the lie, because you'll really start believing it, and it's almost like you'll start rejecting the truth, and rejection of the truth is not of God, essentially.
Yeah,
So,
that's absolutely right. That's
and so
absolutely right.
I was good up until Jazz was born. Like I didn't really, I always kind of felt like, I got the short end of the stick. And it was a series of things that happened in my life that aligned with that lie. But even though it wasn't the truth, but anyway, and so I kind of like moved past it, and then it flared up again when Jazz was born, because y'all know Jazz, he was born
Well,
with the
everybody doesn't know.
Oh, well, my son was born with a hand difference. It's called brachydactyly. So he has webbed fingers, and one of his ring finger is missing. So I when he was first born, I did not know until he came out, and I was kind of out of it on the table. I had a emergency C-section, and Jarrell came over to me. They were taking so long. Like I feel like they was taking so long. I was like, Jarrell,
Give me my baby.
bring my back, take pictures. Like I was trying to get him. And I remember the very first words, and I remember a lot in that moment, but I know Jarrell came to me and he was like, it's okay. He was like, the doctor said it's okay. I don't know if he said something before that, but I just remember him saying, like, the doctor said it's all right. We could go see a specialist. And I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? And so it didn't really like.
Do you feel like he was in a state of shock?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll kind of tell you a little bit more. So like I don't even think I fully realized what was happening until we got upstairs in the room and I was like, why would this happen to my baby? Like, and so I think that me and Jarrell were in the room phony kicking it the entire time. I feel like I don't really remember a lot, but we were phony kicking it. And literally we talked about it like later on,
I
but
was about to knock that nurse out though. Do you
I
remember
don't even
that?
remember. So I'm glad. Praise God. I don't even remember nothing about the nurse.
I was like, what?
Oh, when she told you?
No, she was just like, oh, what's wrong with his hand? I was
Ah,
like, I said, there's
girl.
nothing wrong with
I'm,
his
I'm
hand.
walking through healing. Let's not talk about that.
Well, I don't worry, your mama got her.
Okay, good, good. Because I don't even. I'm glad that I didn't hear that because I honestly don't remember that.
But
But
people don't know what to say. But go ahead.
no, they don't. But and I'm gonna get to the point because he's fine now. If y'all know my son, like he's you forget immediately. So, but me and Jarrell were in the room, the hospital room, essentially just phony kicking it because he was trying to be okay for me. I was trying to be okay for him. In his mind, he was running through all the things that he could have done to that this would happen. Like, is this a punishment? At the same time, I started thinking about my life. And we literally was recapping our life, but we did not talk about that until months later and how both of us were really going through it. And you know,
Can I say something that may seem real, real weird and selfish?
Krista said, glad I wasn't there.
I know. Uh, Something that's real weird and selfish is I started recapping my life.
Wow. I did not
I was
know.
like, Lord, did I do something to bring on this on my child? Like you don't know what goes through the mind. Like I was crazy, crazy, feeling so much guilt. And I didn't know where that was coming from. Well,
That's
it's coming
crazy.
from the enemy, but
Absolutely. If he giving us all the same guilt, like what did we do? Did we do something wrong? He literally tried to play the same fiddle on all of us.
yes.
And it only worked for a second now because I honestly I had to really grieve. So I remember when he was first born, I would try to like hide his hand. Like I feel so silly saying it now, but like I will have these little gloves on. I didn't want nobody asking me about it. And it would be just little kids who would ask me. And I'm like, get your kids. No,
Yeah.
it
Like
would just be
yeah.
little kids, that would ask me about it. And um but it was just really it wasn't nothing wrong with the little kids asking. They were never asking and like trying to be mean. It was nobody ever trying to be mean to him. And still nobody's asked me in a while, but those are things I
But
had to.
you're not really around people that don't know and love jazz
Oh,
much.
I guess you're right. I guess you're right. But even if I
So
wasn't, I'm very I don't mind saying, like, I think the last little boy said, what happened to his hand? I said, nothing happened to it. He was just born that way. I was like, but he could still do everything else like any other little child can do, if not more. Um, but I probably
let me
said,
just highlight the fact that he's a little genius. He's a busy genius that wears his Grammy out, but he is a genius. This boy is reading at sixth, seventh grade level. He is like he can read words
he's been
like,
reading since two. He's known all his letters since he was about 13 months and the sounds of the letters.
and
Um,
so
but
so
yeah, he can read.
with his ingenuousness, do you ever feel like a conversation is overcompensated of what he can do to overcompensate for the special ability he has in his hand?
What do you mean?
Like sometimes people will say, yeah, he may have that, but he's really smart.
Um,
Because I think that people highlighting that, you know what I mean? He's really, you know what I mean? I just asking about you. You may not feel that way, but sometimes people, I've overcompensated, not maybe for jazz, but some other areas of
yeah,
my
I know
life.
what you mean. I don't think that I've personally experienced it. Oh, Jarrell there playing with jazz. I'm like, what is it? I don't think I've personally experienced it, but I think that honestly, I'm in a better place now than, I think maybe the first 2 years, I probably was just like kind of going through it, went through a phase of postpartum depression. I think that it was happening to me. And, one of the questions like I asked God, like, why would this happen to my son? Like, why would you let this happen? And he said, and I was like, why me? And he was like, why not you? Like, what do you mean?
Mm.
Why wouldn't it be you? And now that I'm like over that hump, is like, why wouldn't it be me? I feel like I'm the best mom to have to gas. I'm everybody's biggest hype man. I feel like, why wouldn't
Come on.
me and
Come on.
Jarrell,
Come
I
on.
always say me and Jarrell are both middle children. And I honestly feel like, sorry to my other siblings, but I feel like if we're not there, what I'm saying, it makes a difference in the room.
Come on. Come on.
And we both, basically, I'm just saying, like, we play both the same role in our families. And so with Jarrell, everybody loving Jarrell, and I hopefully everybody
Now
loves.
that's interesting because both of y'all are middle children.
Yes.
So do you think that's a middle, you know how they say the middle child syndrome, but y'all literally are the middle children and y'all
Yeah,
are
and that middle child be flaring up sometimes, between us.
but one thing about the middle children, y'all are the show ups. Y'all
Yeah.
show up and y'all glow up.
Yeah.
Y'all always do. And like you said, the biggest hype people, Yelly has done so much for other children and her nieces, nephews, all the things. She just is that person. And not even the nieces, nephews, cousins, all the things. And I think that people that love the hardest sometimes struggle with, Lord, why would this be my journey? Why
Yeah.
is this my
That's
journey?
exactly right, Mom. I just did not understand it. Um, I thought I forget now. Like, so I forget about it now, but every once in a while I'm like, look at my son. Like, I can't, like, but Jazz don't care. Actually, the other day, he came to me. I think he kind of like paid attention for the first time to his
I
hand.
was wondering that. That was my next
He
question.
came up to me and he said, Mommy, what happened to my fingers? I have 5 fingers here, I have 3 fingers here, I have 8 fingers. And I was like, yeah, Jazz, you have 8 fingers. You have super. That's your super hand. That's your super hand. Jazz was like, that's my super hand, mommy. Like, and so really,
I won't cry on your birthday.
whatever you instill within your children, like, that's what it's gonna be. But like, I feel like even if me and Jack, one thing Jarrell, what God told Jarrell that he shared with me when I was like really just going through it, he said, like, Jazz doesn't belong to us. Our children belong to God more than they belong to us. And there is power in my son. Every time he hears worship music, he lifted his hands.
Wait, yesterday he was speaking it.
Oh yes, he was.
He said, "Hashara Bobo,
Yeah.
Hashara Tata." I'm like, "What are you doing?"
When me and Jerome praying now, he prays and he goes like this. And even though most of it is probably mimicking, I truly believe he be feeling the spirit in his little heart because he just says hallelujah, glory to God. Like,
And will pray in a heartbeat. He prayed
yeah,
for us to
he'll
get on this
pray,
plane the other day.
and he'll lay hands. We didn't teach him like to like lay hands. He just started doing it, like, pray for me. He'd be like, oh Jesus, and he'll just lay his hand. But I'm not going to take that lightly either. Like, I'm not. Yes, it could just be him mimicking us, but like, as a child, he have the faith of a child. He believes what he is saying. And every time, like, even when he gets hurt, he'll say, like, I'd be like, oh, Jazz, it's okay. All right. I'm so sorry. Let mommy kiss it. And he'd be like, pray for it. Like, what do you mean? And sometimes we need to have that pray for it attitude. Like,
Yeah.
a kiss and a hug ain't gonna do it all the time. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
Well, that was very good. I'm still in a state of shock that he came to you, and because I was wondering that. But I want to say that I love what you said. Is what you instill in your child is what they believe. I believe that with everything in my Shondo. And early on, when Yelly, this is her birthday, y'all. If y'all just joining, happy birthday! 35, okay, 35 and alive, 35 with all that, and then some.
yeah.
Listen, I done lost my train of thought trying to rhyme. Okay, Kristen, don't distract me no more. Anyway, oh, early when Yelly was younger, I'll never forget this, and I tell this story often. She is a prophetic intercessor. She prays prophetically, always has. And I don't know how old you were. What were you, about 9 or 10? I
Which one?
don't
The
know.
DC sniper?
The DC sniper.
However
And
long ago that was, so minus 35.
so
We-
minus 35, the
I'll do
DC
the math.
sniper. And she was like inquisitive about what we were all praying about and all the things. And it's like it was on the news, and I had the news on and TV. I was doing hair downstairs, and I'll never forget the helicopters were on the expressway, and she went and stood in front of the TV, and with all of her screaming might. Why y'all think she's yell out loud? She's not yell out loud because of yelling, but she definitely was like, "You will kill no more." He was like, "No more. Will you kill?" And she was so serious, and I just was like, I felt the shaking of it. And she just stood in front of the TV, and within the hour they found that guy and caught him. I will never forget that. And I've always told Yelly, first of all, she's my millionaire, and I do believe that because that she has a millionaire's anointing. Okay, it hasn't manifested yet, but it's coming. But I do believe that it's not that. It's like I have always told her, she I was gonna name her Daniel if she was a boy, and that's why she is Danielle. Okay, for
Not
y'all
very
that don't
creative.
know, what? Not real creative. Danielle Janae is creative. She's named after her auntie, alias Jana. What's his sister Jana? So I named her Janae because Jana was like, "That's my." I was like, "Oh, Danielle Janae. Okay, I like that with the asterisk." Why y'all talk about the asterisk, yo?
Because A and E already make the A sound. You were just trying to do too much.
Everybody that does that asterisk, let the world show
Yeah, you thought
that you
you
had a baby in the 90s.
yeah. Y'all wanted to be so fancy so bad.
Want to be
Y'all couldn't do
fancy.
nothing.
But
But
anyway,
I used to didn't write my attribute, but I definitely write it now.
yeah. Well, let's switch a little bit and talk about really fastly because I have to go finish cooking for your dad's married man's breakfast. What I wanted to say was last year when you lost your job and you became an influencer unplanned, unrehearsed, unwarranted. That you literally, your dad said an accent mark. He watching us. Hey Wes. Um, what was that like? Like that whole thing. Did you find identification in your job? Like that
Um,
was your identity?
definitely. So
You
okay.
couldn't have said six figures, no, not 1 million times. It's like I lost my six-figure job. I lost my six-figure job. If
I
y'all don't know me, my name is Danielle, aka Yellie. I lost my six-figure job. They laid off 500 people, and I was like, I could quote it, but I think that sometimes it is like a stab in the chest.
well, yeah, because so and just to kind of like a quick background, so like I worked with you for what, like 12
Years.
years in between college and all the things. And so um I got my first job out of college, which was I worked somewhere else before, but then I worked at Groupon, and then I worked at Uber Freight. Then I worked at Uber Eats. Got a promotion at Uber Freight, but then I worked at Uber Eats. Then I went to Grubhub, and I spent the last 5 years there up until I got laid off in 2025, which is actually February 28th is when I got laid off. So we've definitely reached the 1 year anniversary of that. And so I think that it was definitely identity wrapped up in it because I was so proud of myself. I felt very good about where I had gotten myself. And even before I got married, I was proud of where I was in my career. I was very proud of, the things that I had did for myself, you know what I mean? Like just worked my way up the corporate ladder to get where I was and got multiple promotions. And so um and my friend Jazz, she actually had said something that God told her. But when she was saying it, that God told her, I felt it penetrate my heart. And that was, you need to stop idolizing your paycheck.
Ooh.
And when she said that's what God told her, and but when she said it, it was like loud and clear in my ears. But this was maybe like 2 months before I had got laid off. So I'm like, do I idolize my paycheck? Like and so yeah, so literally after that, weird things just started happening at work. Like things that I was making mistakes that I wouldn't normally make. I was just like, it was just weird stuff, like weird circumstances, having a hard times on my accounts, like when I am like that girl at work. So it was things that would not normally happen. And I have a point to saying that. So let's put a pin in that. But I started feeling like a shift was happening, you know. And I even went to Jarrell like a month before. I was like, real. I was like, do you?
You were saying it.
I was like, I don't feel like something about to happen. Like, do you think I'm about to get laid off? You know, Jarrell, he like, no, no. Like, you know, he just gonna encourage me. So he like, no, like, you know, well, if it do, you know, whatever. But no, I don't feel that. Even though he probably did feel a shift, we probably just neither one of us just expected it to be this. And so when they sent the email out on February 27th saying nobody has to come into work tomorrow, and they basically said what was about to happen, I was like, that's my cue.
You knew it.
I knew it immediately. I even told Jarrell, I was like, I think that I'm part of these layoffs. And so yeah, so anyway, I got laid off, and I took that year to finish school. Well, I was in school already, but by the
You were
grace
in
of
school for.
digital marketing, getting my master's in digital marketing. And so I was able to finish school, and then also just really just kind of like rebuild my business, Yell Out Loud Creative, which just in and out mom, just digital marketing. I help small to medium sized business and large businesses, okay, build their digital presence through social media and through their website. And so, but I ended up posting a TikTok, and that went really well. It exploded. I'm actually in a slowdown period with it because I haven't been consistent with it, because I kind of feel like a shift again is happening. And it's so funny because like God works with me in shifts. And so funny, it always happens around my birthday. Look at mommy. It always happens around my birthday. And there's some other things that are happening right now that I kind of feel like another shift is happening, but I won't say it out loud right now. But
So hold on. I want you to stay there for a minute, and I want you to speak to when you hear God shifting you.
oh, that's yes, that's what I wanted to say. As believers, we have to be very intentional about discerning the seasons. And we also have to be very, this is a word that God gave me, and I literally feel like he tells me to share it with whoever I need to share it with. And so this is probably like my fifth time sharing it. So whoever hears it, it must be for you. But he wants us to be very not only discerning of the seasons that we are in, so that when things happen, we're not in such a shock or anger or whatever extreme of emotion. And he wants us to watch how we react to what he's doing, because essentially we're reacting to the plans that God has for us. We're reacting to, you know, things he has already laid out. And I do believe that he is paying attention to how we are reacting to, you know, these seasons that we are in. And though it took me about 9 months to really get to a place where I'm like, I'm good. Like, hey, like I never imagined being, you know, a stay-at-home working, stay at home from work, whatever, self-employed mom, full time at least. But there's a lot of lessons for me and Jarrell, my husband Jarrell, that we have learned, excuse me, individually, but also
It's the coffee.
it's water, girl. On an individual level, but also as husband and wife. And so we just have to be, you know, pay attention to it. Like, don't hold anger towards it. Don't hold frustration. Don't hold depression. Don't hold anxiety. Don't hold worry. Like, cast your cares. I don't know what scripture that is found right now, but cast your cares upon him. And that's literally what he wants us to do, and to trust him. And I literally everything, one thing I said in this past season of my life, this past year, is that you don't know trust until the rug is ripped from up under you. You think you say, "Oh, I trust in God,
Hey,
my Savior." Do
we gonna show you.
you like? And not that God like is testing you, but sometimes He needs to shift you out of a place to what's the word? To push you.
Catapult you.
Catapult.
Catapult
Thank
you.
you. That's the word.
Thrust you.
Catapult you into your next place. And like I feel like I was catapulted into my next place. Was it uncomfortable? Of course. Was it annoying? Of course. Was it confusing? Of course. But God is not any of those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a deep breath. Well, I just want to say that we're at the 3508 time frame, and I want to say that thank you for sharing those nuggets. Thank you for sharing your transparency of your journey. Thank you. You all can hear more from Yell Out Loud Creatives. Follow her on all social media platforms. But as she said, the season is shifting, and so pay attention to or discern the season. of your shift. What is God saying? And I know that I heard the words exponential growth and expansion this year, and I toss that over to you. But with that comes growing pains. With that comes stretching. So, and your auntie Shauna sent something this morning called a message called the capacity code. So, what is in your capacity? God is giving you the grace for. But what is not, He will not give you that grace, and you're looking for it. But it's like, not that, not yet. So I think that this March 7th, that you another year, your birthday, God is ready for this next shift, and He's going to answer everything that you've been asking Him for. Come on, somebody, lift your hands and tell the Lord you receive it in Jesus' name.
I don't got my nails on. I can't lift them up too high now.
Okay, well, I told you, But anyway, as I did, I kicked it off with a birthday cash app for my Yell Bell Out Loud, who always sows seeds into everyone's life.
Hey,
So
thank
if
you.
y'all want to say happy birthday to you, Yellie, then you can go to the cash app, Danielle J. Bonds, and can't say happy birthday to her. But thank you for kicking off your birthday today with me on coffee cups. Coffee cups and connections. I
Thank you.
appreciate you. I love you with my whole heart. And you all stay tuned for more from Coffee and Connections. And we have so much going on. But I just say thank you. Do you have any last words, girl? Give us a little tune.
Happy birthday to me.
Hey.
That's all I got for you, Mom.
All right. Thank you, Yale. Love you so much.
Love you too. Thank you.
Shout out to Yale. Love y'all. Have a great day, everybody.
Maybe this could be the day. Maybe it'll stay the
This
same.
day,
Maybe this could be the
this
start of
part,
something. Oh, you never know.
never know.
Oh, you never know. Oh, you never know. Maybe this could be the start of something.
Cheers.